Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. I am doing a full series review on Revenge. This was a TV series from 2011 to 2016. It was 4 seasons long. Really interesting story here we've got. Let me pull up a bit of a overview if I can of the show. Quick. Um, Yeah, they don't have that many good descriptive things, but here we go. Emily Thorne, or otherwise known as Emily Van Camp, that's her real name, comes to the Hamptons for the summer, renting a home next to the Greyson family to enjoy a bright summer. However, it is revealed that Emily has been to the Hamptons before as a little girl. In reality, Emily is Amanda Clark, whose father, David Clark, was framed for a crime he didn't commit. So going on, she sets out to take revenge on the Greysons by infiltrating their family. She marries Daniel, their son, which is very interesting to see. They have a really rocky relationship to begin with. And then later on, they do actually get married, which I was kind of surprised by. They go into some of her background. We get flashbacks of Amanda Clark, seeing her training with several other people, basically doing her ninja work, getting ready for her plot to take revenge. So that was really cool to see. Um, there's a lot of people in this show. Like I said, Emily Van Camp is the lead, along with Madeline Stowe as Victoria Greyson. That's a really big name. Also, we got Gabriel Mann as Nolan Ross, and we also got Henry Chesney as Conrad Greyson. Really like to see him. He's an infamous Mission Impossible villain from the first Mission Impossible, so a lot of people should recognize him from that. Uh, but going into some of the interesting stuff in the show, we got to see quite a few people in just season one get taken out. I'll mention a couple. Tyler Barrell, um, he ends up getting shot in the back, which I thought was kind of a goofy ending for him. But moving on, we've also got Lee Moran, who's hanged in, let's see, where did it go? Lee Morgan hanged in Justice episode 18 of season one. We've also got, let's see, Sammy died, unfortunately, the dog of old age, in episode 21. So a lot of people that are against animal cruelty or dogs passing away, it was a sad episode in season one, episode 21. But a lot of the people that they took out, you didn't grieve for because they were bad. But when the dog died, that was a big thing. Let's see. So yeah, we've got Gordon Murphy shot in the back by Aiden, who's another character that arrives from Takeda, another trained ninja who helps Emily in her revenge plot. Um, let's see, we've got Thomas, who was shot um, in season two, episode 8. We've got Joe Ryan, who was shot. That was in season two, episode 8 as well. So several people getting taken out throughout the show. Looking for some more important names. Emily Porter, loss of blood due to being injured in a boat explosion. This was season two, episode 14. So we got to see Amanda Clark um, put a fake Emily Thorne in place with Jack, even though they were childhood friends. She couldn't reveal her identity in the first couple of seasons, which I thought was kind of goofy because of her revenge story, of course. So she had to set up this girl with her lover from childhood, I guess, should you call it? True love. Um, and unfortunately, of course, Amanda dies. or Emily, should I say, Emily Porter dies in a boat explosion, which was pretty crazy. We also got to see Nate Ryan got taken out in the boat explosion himself because he was hiding on the boat waiting to take out the porters. Um, and there was a bit of feud with them before they explained the Ryans were upset with the porters because in the past they were bullying them for money, protection money, and the father of the porters pushed the Ryan's dad into the lake or into the ocean, should you say, and he drowned. So they came back planning their revenge to threaten. I believe his name was John at the bar. But moving on, let's see. We've got who else? Okay, yeah. So they're saying uh, Deacon Porter. Who was that? Oh, Declan. Okay, yeah, Declan Porter. He was the brother. Yes, so he was pretty important. They said loss of blood on the surgery table. Okay, after he exploded, basically. Okay. So yeah, Declan Porter passed. Unfortunately, the younger brother, um, and that was in Truth Part Two, and that was Season 2, Episode 22. For those of you checking that out. And then, of course, Charlotte lost Declan's child in the next episode, Season 3, Episode 1. So we're already going through most of the show. I just want to give you a bit of highlights on the deaths of the episodes. Pascal, we got to see a new lover introduced for Victoria that you thought was going to bring her away from Conrad's corruption. But unfortunately, he was pushed into the spring blades of a helicopter, and he was taken out like I felt like it was a Final Destination. But maybe they did that because the view numbers were really low at the time, so they had to give it a spectacle death. But I thought it was very funny that they pushed him into helicopter blades, and that was in Revolution, season 3, episode 20. Um, so then the next episode, Aiden Mathis ate it. I did not like his character. I didn't think he had a believable enough relationship with Emily. It just felt like he was trying to control her. So when he got taken out by Victoria, I thought it was hilarious. But that was an Execution, season 3, episode 22. Um, and then the next episode, we lost Conrad, which I felt like the show took a big downward hit after we lost the main villain, Conrad Greyson. Um, he was stabbed. I won't mention who he stabbed by because it was a big reveal, which also kind of changed the show's narrative. Um, and that was in Execution as well, season 3, episode 22. Um, Moving on, we've got Daniel. Then got taken out. He was shot in the chest, um, and that was at Atonement, season 4, episode 10. So I was halfway through the last season, and I felt bad because the guy who plays Daniel Greyson, I believe, is actually really married to the real Emily in real life, which is really cool to see. Uh, we also got to see Malcolm Black, who was a Sons of Anarchy villain. I thought was interesting. They put in for an antagonist for season 4. He was shot and burned in the incinerator. That was an Abduction, season 4, episode 13. We've also got Edward Grayson. He was forcibly starved, revealed in the Kindred episode, season 4, episode 14. So that was Conrad's dad, who was taken out. Who else do we have? Yeah, then we got Victoria as the last one to go, and I don't want to go into who took her out because it's a bit of a spoiler. In Two Graves, which is the final episode, season 4, episode 23, you got to see how the revenge ends. It ended very well. I liked it. I didn't think that it needed another season, even though some people talk about it got canceled after season 4. The twist at the ending was shocking for some. Um, and yeah, like I said, I won't go into the last person they have on the list of croaking, but for those of you that have watched the show, you know they brought back a very controversial character that kind of depended on the show for him to be gone anyway, but he returned, which was interesting. David Clark, of course, the father that you thought was dead, ended up not being dead. He returns after his name is cleared by Emily. He then gets revenge on Conrad, all that stuff. Eventually on Victoria as well. But interesting to see that they give him leukemia and that he just dies at the end of the show too. I thought that they were going to end it with Emily and her dad happily ever after, but it just goes to show that he just got sick and they lived a little bit of time together, a few years it looked like, but for the most part, they got to reconcile their relationship at the end. But interesting story. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you guys think of this show? Have you seen it? Have you not? I can also pull up real quick. It's got a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like I said, it ended in 2016, so not too long ago, just a few years ago. It says you can watch this on Hulu, Disney Plus, and Prime Video. Also, Apple TV, Google Play, Vudu, iTunes, and YouTube. Um, so you can check this out pretty much anywhere there is streaming. Let me know your thoughts on this series. Did you guys like it? I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's first time finishing it. So yeah, that'll do it for my revenge review. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe for future videos. And that'll do it for me, guys. Have a good one.